Hi guys! What happened? Where did your perfect pronunciation go? Was your accent better in the past? One of the main goals people have when studying English is to sound like a native speaker, have beautiful British, American, Australian or whatever accent, so that everyone in the hood is surprised and asking, "How could you?" And you're like, "Oh man, I don't know how it happened. This is all the years of training." And those of you who are now learning English, taking courses or studying it in universities or colleges, can recognize yourselves. Of course, we all would like to sound impressive and spectacular with ease, like our favorite native speakers, heroes of TV series or films, showmen or comedians. Therefore, to sound good means to sound like native speakers, people born in England, America, Australia, Ireland, and so on, depending on your taste. So let's figure that out. How did I lose my accent? And if you are interested in linguistic topics like this one, subscribe for the channel so we can discuss and share our experiences. Yes, I agree. Over all these years of travel, I noticed that my pronunciation a few years ago was much better than it's now. I'm gonna share with you how I've done this path of evolution, degradation, neutralization, call it whatever you want. Let's quickly list the various points in learning English. As we adventure along the learning process, we learn letters, how to read, make up simple sentences and phrases, study the order of words, which in some formulations is completely different from our own language. The way of thinking differs, of course, so you need to readjust. To supplement these fundamentals, we memorize texts, listen to native speakers, and develop our speech recognition ability. And now we approach the accent, finally. Today, one of the most popular methods of refining a foreign language accent is shadowing. Shadowing is a technique where you practice an accent based on repetition of speech after a native speaker, aloud after the actor, speaker, cartoon character, president, etc. Key word here is full imitation. In order to properly wrap your tongue around pronunciation for the speaker, we need to exaggerate this accent, especially in the primary stages. The accent is inextricably bound up with intonation, and this foreign, new intonation, as we all know, is unusual for us. Check this out. If we compare the intonation scale of Russian-speaking people and native speakers of English, then we'll see a distinguishable difference. Russian speech is somewhere in the middle of the scale, while English-speaking people naturally move from rising tone to falling. Of course, there are exceptions, and some Russian speakers, especially people with oratory skills, can use more frequent tone changes to attract and retain the attention of listeners. But even in their case, the change of tone from a rising to falling will not be as frequent as in British English, for example. Let's take the average Russian speaker. We talk very neutrally, about here somewhere in the middle of the scale. I have a short story from my travels to help explain this concept. My Australian friend had been dreaming for the whole week about taking our group of friends to a restaurant to try the dessert that he discovered recently. According to him, this dessert was fantastically tasty. He was speaking about it non-stop. We all came to this restaurant together. We ordered the same dessert and we tried it. I began to discuss with my Russian-speaking friend. Вау, это так круто. Вау, было бы здорово найти рецепт. И место классное. Вообще, отмечу его на своих картах. Обязательно придем еще. Meanwhile, our Australian friend, who didn't speak Russian, was sitting on the opposite side of the table and started sharing with a friend. Oh damn, they hate me. It seems that they're very upset with dessert. Our Russian intonation totally misled our foreign friend. When we try to mimic English speech with all these rising, falling tones, we are diving into a new and unusual world. For Russians, these inflections are unnatural. and it often sounds exaggerated, sometimes even fake. It's theatrical for us. And in the beginning, we sound like some sort of character, a little bit from here, something else from there. We sometimes try to be like stars of some TV shows, and very often it sounds overacted. My friends and I have all faced it personally. Initially, you are trying to navigate this new world, but then, when you reach a level where you can easily express your thoughts, you can support any conversation and talk about any topic: philosophy, psychology, astronomy, stocks, world news. When you have a lot of experience, you already pick some slang words and created your own personal vocabulary by choosing phrases you like. At some point, you start thinking in a foreign language. Yay! At this moment, you exhale and relax a little. You stop imitating and start being you. It's next level, guys. Neutralization is taking place. You don't need to act anymore. You don't need to imitate characters. This is a turning point in your language journey. This is where you translate yourself, your identity, into English. We get into a zone of relaxation. We begin to sound much more organic and natural. Now you translate your personality into English. This is 100% of you, and it's not like you talk to your native English-speaking friend with the right accent and intonation, and then your mother calls, and you cannot be recognized anymore. Who is this person at all? Some kind of bipolar, right? Now it is even more interesting to communicate with you. You have blended your true self with English and created a new hybrid. Now people you converse with are able to learn your culture through you, because you can translate and convey it as it truly is. And at this moment, neutralization joins the game. The fake, exaggerated accent, the one which is A+ grade at university, goes away. Good pronunciation is preserved, but it is not so hypertrophied, not so fake. Yes, you can trace the accent through your speech, even if it seems to us that not, and it is difficult for non-natives to understand from where you are. Often native English speakers hear, especially through intonation, that the person is from another country. But your accent turns into a delicate decoration. It becomes light and melodic. Here, I should clarify again, we are talking about a good level of English and a neutral accent. This is what happened to me and what is happening to my friends, and this applies to all students of English, and I'd like to emphasize to anyone working on their pronunciation, not only Russian English version. And so, if you are studying English, let me know. It doesn't matter at what stage you are now. I'm very interested in hearing your opinion. Maybe you had the same experience. I'm waiting for you in the comments. Let's share and compare our stories. Well, about the beauty of the accent, I'll talk to you in one of the following videos.